there were 7 of these, 3 in a row here, and then on the other side of the campus there are some as well. Now when the internees came here, they rushed to 2 different places. Over in the prison grounds there are very large flats. We'll see after lunch, we'll see that building. The married quarters it's called, and these bungalows. So people rushed to get into the bungalows, but what happened as a result was instead of one family of maybe 4 or 5 people living here, you had 30, 40, even 50 crammed into this, what is actually a small bungalow, you see. So it was not really as desirable as they thought at first. I'll say more about this when we get to the prison grounds. But anyway, fortunately, the previous principal before Carol Yang, who was the first woman principal of St. Stephen's College, which is an Anglican school originally founded for boys, long before the war, Chinese boys, only Chinese boys. It's gone co-ed. Today it is a co-ed school. The previous principal, father, was a prison guard, and she grew up just beyond these trees in the prison grounds. And as a child, Louise, her name is, Louise used to run and play over here because in those days, as I mentioned earlier to some of you, things were open. There wasn't all this fencing and barbed wire and all that. So as a child, she used to run and play here. Later, 40 years later, she became principal of the school. So naturally, her interest and her heart was very much on heritage and history. So it's thanks to her that St. Stephen's has done so much in regard to heritage, such as creating a small museum. It is a museum, but it's wise not to call it a museum. A gallery is better because it's not that large. But anyway, you'll see in a minute when we go in there. Now, right behind those trees was the prison grounds. This is a new building, of course, obviously here. That's a post-war for prison guards to live with their families. That was not there. And this was all open. This was not grown up like this. And on the other side of these trees, there were 2 big buildings, 2 houses, one for the prison commissioner, or the head of the prison, and the other for the prison doctor. And the Japanese took those 2 buildings as their headquarters. We'll get a little look, but you can't see much today because of all the trees up and so forth. So when the internees wanted to contact the Japanese or something, they had to go over to these buildings through the prison grounds, though, not this way. There's a big ravine here, you see, between the 2. So now